Within this example, we're going to be selecting content from a spreadsheet, so getting a list of email addresses and then sending those emails out to the users, so constructing a custom message and subject, and then iterating through the data within the spreadsheet and sending all of them an email, and this is all going to be done using AppScript. Go ahead and create a Google Sheet and add in some data into the sheet. In this case, we're going to have a list of names and there's some email addresses that are associated. I'm using aliases for the email addresses, and these could be different email addresses. So this is just for demonstration purposes. We're going to select the list of emails and then send those users an email. So let's create the function, and we'll call it email out will be the name of the function. This is going to be a bound script. So we can select the content from the bound script, and the users is going to be the first sheet within the spreadsheet. So we can just select it as the active sheet. So let's get the sheet as content, and using the spreadsheet app, we get the active sheet object. And then in order to get the data from the sheet, we can just get the values from that sheet. So we get the data range, which selects the entire block of content, and then get values will return back the values within the data format and output it into the log just to make sure that we do have the data there, and run the function. So there's all the data that we have from the spreadsheet. Want to loop through that sheet data and output some content and send an email. So first we need to create the email, so creating an email subject and my update. So this can just be an update that we're sending out to all the users. And then next we've got our message that we're going to be creating. So these are all just variables and strings. And let's set this up. So hello, and then we can use the backslashes for new lines, update info, and then so it's just a generic email. They're all going to get the same email addresses. And then regards. And because this is a text email, we're just sending it with backslashes for the new lines. So creating a loop, let's start by setting the value of I to be 1. And the reason we're setting it 1 is because we want to skip through the headings there. We don't want to send emails to those headings. And then before we go through the emails, we want to we'll just double check that it's proper, that we're selecting the proper values. So within the logger log there, we can select the value from the data array using the value of I for the index, for the row index, and then whatever value that we want to pick up. So let's see how that works out. And we should be picking up the first value in each one of the rows there. So starting with the second one. So we want to actually pick up the contents from column number 3 because that's where the email address is contained. So update that using the index value of 2 for the third column. So it's going to return back the email addresses. And it's the email addresses that we want. So now we can set up a variable and just get the email address being returned back. And then simply using the mail app, select the send email. And now we've got the email, we've got a subject, and then we've got the message that's being sent out. So let's save that and run the mail out. And so what this did is now it should be sending out an email to all of those users. So there's all of the users getting the email address, and this is the email that it's being sent to. So it's a quick way that you can select content from your Google spreadsheet, create a Google Apps script to send out emails to the list that you have within your spreadsheet.